Hey, it's just Jill. I've always wanted to travel, mostly to Japan. I remember when I was a kid, there was a special Sanrio store that came into a California mall, and we got to go there. Of course, we couldn't really get anything. I was one of 8 kids, so we couldn't really afford to get anything, but I remember a lot of the stuff that was in there. The big Hello Kitty ottoman, a beautiful little Hello Kitty alarm clock of her on the playground, and when the alarm starts going off, she starts swinging back and forth, but I think all the instructions were in Japanese. Mostly everything that was sold in there had the Japanese tags on them. It was really sweet. When my brother went to Japan, he actually got me a Hello Kitty doll, dressed in a traditional kimono. She was beautiful, adorable, amazing, and I don't have her anymore. It was one of the many things that I left behind. My Hello Kitty whole collection, my Poison Ivy collection. It just breaks my heart to remember all this stuff. And like, I had Hello Kitty Tupperware, like the Pyrex dishes, the whole set or whatever. And it was like the square one or the rectangle ones and the circle ones, and they're all out of stock now. But at least it's, you know, her 50th anniversary just came and went. So there's still a lot of Hello Kitty stuff out there. I'm rebuilding everything. It's a lot harder to find Poison Ivy stuff. I mean, it's mostly like the current version of Poison Ivy, but I like a lot of the classic stuff. I didn't realize how much it would affect me starting over, because I've had to do it so many times. Kicked out at 17 right after I graduated. Lived with my aunt. I felt like I don't know. I was told so many things. My mom told me that my aunt wanted me to suffer, but I remember my parents told me a lot that they wanted me to suffer. And I know Jesus was on this earth and suffered as a human so that we wouldn't have to suffer anymore. So I don't know really what's true and what's not, but I've cut off a lot of my family because they're just not good for me, not good for the kids. Not to say that it was easy. I still think about them a lot, but I also think about how it's not healthy to be with people who can't speak to you directly. When I was with my ex, a lot of the time they would talk to me through him. And whenever they wanted to say something to him, they'd either talk to him directly or say something to me, but they would never talk to me about, you know, hey, how are things going? Are you okay? I don't like the way that you're being treated. Even when I was pregnant with my first son, we were working at like a Halloween city or whatever, and I was not feeling it. I mean, he was born in December and it was October, and I'm just like, I feel so bad. I want to call off of work today. He's like, no, you can't. I'm your manager. We're going to work. And my parents were like, she's pregnant. And he was like, this has nothing to do with you, pretty much. I know I'm an adult, but I was one of many children. I mean, they have a sign in the bathroom that says, you know, I love making homemade gifts. Which one of my kids do you want? So, I mean, they've got plenty of other kids. Most of them still do hang around. So, I've got my family, my boys. They're my precious everything, my life. I'm going to build up Hello Kitty stuff, and I'm going to be like Steve from Blue's Clues or something, with my awesome salt and pepper shaker and my soap, and I'll talk to my beauty products or something. But I've got to start it here at home. I don't want to have anybody toxic around my kids. I've cut people off for a lot less. I gave my family plenty of chances, but when someone says that they'll help you and then you end up homeless with a newborn and a 2-year-old in an abusive relationship, it's pretty hard to want to go back ever. I gave so many chances. There's so many times I crawled back literally, and they expect me to crawl back again and again and again, and I'm tired of it. I'm a cycle breaker, and that's what I've done. There's a lot of people I've had to cut off for just not being good for me, and it's not easy. And I hope that I find my tribe, because I know that there's healthy people out there, mentally healthy people. I got a good pep talk from a mom that I look up to a lot. She's taught me a lot, even though I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with them. If I stayed in California as a kid, you know, it would have been amazing, but life would have been very different, and I know that I had to take a different path to be able to learn everything. Lots of stuff on my mind daily. So I hope everybody's staying safe and blessed. Stay hydrated, drink your water, even if it's in a refillable bottle. Take care of yourself. I hope that you guys have a great night, and we'll see you on the next one.